Today I'm going to show you one of my propagation systems. I've got three. This is one that's operated off of, it's got a programmable logic controller in it with a 6-inch color touchscreen. And I'm going to show you how to navigate through the screens. This actual temperature right here, that's 60.9 degrees, that is the temperature where I've been growing some plants right here. And of course I'm going to open it up and let's check that out. It's got a little DL05 brick PLC in it with a 4-channel thermocouple input module in the expansion slot. And of course, for my thermocouple sensing locations, I've taken some Type J thermocouple wire from McMastercar.com and hooked them up, and I got a little light bulb right here that it senses the temperature in this cabinet, and if it gets too cold, it'll automatically kick this little bulb on and it'll heat it up. It makes everything run a whole lot smoother. But I'm going to close it up and navigate through some of the screens. I'll go ahead and hit next. And right here I've got a deal where I can like turn on the fans or the lights. Right now I've got the lights on manually. When I turn them off, I've got it programmed to where it will kick on the lights every day, same time, roughly 4 or 5 o'clock, and they'll stay on for 16 hours. And based on the temperature ranges that I want it to stay in, it'll turn the fans on and off to circulate air throughout the entire propagation unit and keep the plants happy. So I've got a trend screen right here that I can go into, and what it does is it monitors the temperature over a 24-hour period. Actually, the blue line that you see is the chamber temp, and the red is the long shelf. Okay, so the red line, there is a decimal implied. I know it says 500, but in reality that's 50.0 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I can scroll through and I can see what the temperatures did throughout the night. It kind of spiked right there. Looks like in the 3rd hour, temperature went up. It must have been in the daytime, and then it started going down once it cooled off outside. Yeah, it's still dropping. So, right there where it says 30, that was about 48 degrees, it looks like. And that was probably early in the morning, probably like 4 or 5 or 6 a.m. But I can go ahead and clear that out, and it'll record again for another 24 hours. I'm going to go ahead and back up, and I can turn my fans on right here. Get them going. You can hear them. Right now I got the lights on, as I said, and this thing is it's 8 feet long. It's fully enclosed when I have it shut. I've got 2 8-foot long T8 light fixtures in it, and you want to take your bulbs, one light fixture, you want to do like daylight and cool white together, and you want to stagger them. And what that does is all your plants, they need all the various reds and blues of the color spectrum to grow correctly. And if you'll swap your bulbs up like this, you'll get that. Now, I'm going to go all the way back to the front screen. And it's 62.3 degrees in here right now. And see, here's my little sensor. This is Type J thermocouple wire. You twist the ends together on it, and it becomes the point at which it reads the actual temperature. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch it with my fingers, and of course it's going to read my body temperature, and you'll see the temperature start rising. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it, and see it's going up right there. And it kicked my fans on automatically because it thinks that the temperature just went up in the enclosure. So it's trying to cool it back off. Now I'm going to let go of it, and it'll drop below, I don't know, probably about 65 or 70 degrees, and then it'll shut those fans off again. It does this automatically, and that's what I wanted. I want it to be fully automatic other than watering. I want to water things myself. I think it's 65 or 60. It's going to shut off. And see, it's got an alarm right there. It says the long shelf is too warm. So I'm triggering all kinds of things through it by means of my programming. And I've been a PLC programmer for 21 years now, I think. I do a little bit of everything. Once it gets this temperature down, let's see. Okay, it's going to go all the way to 60 degrees, and then it's going to shut those fans off. I'm going to show you some more things while it's doing that. In my enclosure, I've got sand, and I've got a rope light. It's just it's weaved all underneath the sand, all the way throughout the entire enclosure and out the end. And what that does is you set your trays in here, and it's going to provide bottom heat. And believe it or not, it's going to raise the enclosure temperature approximately about 6 to 8 degrees in the dead of winter, which is fabulous because, you know, the only thing that's adding heat to it right now is the lights, just the heat of the warmth from the lights. With that rope light, it helps out a lot. So I'm actually pulling air in through here, through this little hole, and it pulls it across the plants when I have it closed. And I've created a little duct right up through here. You see it right up through there, and there's my fan. They're pulling air out. So when it's closed up, they're pulling air across the plants, which makes them happy. And it doesn't look like the fans, you know, it's just dropping real slow. So those are going to stay on, apparently. But that's my propagation system. I just want to show you how I grow all my plants, and I'm fixing to bring my plants back in here and maybe check them, see if they need any water. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time.